Alright, well, we finally got the Expedition towed back tonight after some stormy weather. The weather's cleared up. Looks like we're going to be working on it. And we pretty much figured out what's wrong with it. So first thing tomorrow morning, get out here, we'll look at it, and we'll explain a few things. And now, finally, the weather is beautiful, it's cooled down, and it feels good to be outside. Now I can pass along on what I found out on this expedition. If you remember, or if you watched my other two videos, part 1 and part 2, couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. As soon as you drop it down in gear, it just falls flat on its face. Motor's fine, we couldn't find nothing wrong with it, no check engine lights, and I got to be a little frustrated myself, because usually I can fix about anything. And you can see this engine, how nice it looks. It's been taken well care of. And they've been driving it for about 3 or 4 weeks, I would say. And finally, well, I had to go and get it and pull it back here. And we had to go and get the old, well, the kitty didn't help, but we had to go get the whole dolly there. That is my, actually, sea trailer. It's a little dove ramps on the back, and I'll show you real quick. If you ever want to tow cars and do car work and have a itty bitty garage, it's nice to have one of these guys. These are really nice. And this has got the dovetail where it kind of slides down. It's a homemade job, and I think I paid $700 for it and redid the axles and all that good stuff. But put new wheels on it, and it runs great. But it's been a lifesaver, so went and got it. We towed it back on this, and they came up to a light up around up around about 25-30 miles north of me, and it just wouldn't go anymore. And they had called tow truck and tow it a little farther to one of their houses, about 20 miles away. And he said after they towed it home up there where his other house was, where he was going to go, he'd put it in gear and start it up, and it would go in gear, it would move 30 feet, and it would just quit moving. So I knew then what happened. The torque converter on this finally went out. So like I said, we went and got it, we brought it back here, and I've been kind of tinkering around with it. And I'll show you real quick. It hasn't been ran or started for about a day. And I said, did I hook the battery up? Yes, okay, cables are hooked up. I forget sometimes, I'm getting old. So let me go in here and start this up. And before I start it up, let me just explain. When I do start it up, it'll go into gear, and about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, it will just quit moving. So I know the torque converter has went out, because that torque converter spins that pump inside the transmission, the transmission pump, and it's losing, it just slowly quits spinning, and I lose all pressure in the transmission. Transmission-wise, I don't have any transmission line pressure, and it drops down to 0, and that's why it quits moving. So I'm going to start this up. I'm going to hold the camera steady. Hopefully it's still focused. And I'll put it in gear as soon as it starts up, and you can probably even see it, feel it. Alright, there it's running. There it's in gear. Now I'm going to go ahead and just kind of sit here for a minute. See how I can move it. I can move it. Now I'm going to let it back up a little bit. It may take about 20 seconds, but it'll just quit moving. Before, you would put it in gear, and it acted like you were releasing the clutch. So I knew the torque converter was failing, and I've seen this issue with a lot of Fords and other vehicles. So if you have a vehicle that does that, when you put it down and drive, it just falls on its face. That's what your problem is. So now it's to a point it doesn't want to. There we go. See, I'm giving it gas. To prove, there's my foot. My other foot's out here. And it's up in drive, you can see, right there. And see, now it doesn't want to move at all. So, the transmission torque converter has failed. I am positively 100% sure that that transmission is absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's reverse. It's trying, and now you can hear that pump. Sounds good. That's a funky sound. Interesting sound. But now if I put it back in drive, nothing. It's done. So I know the clutches in the transmission are good. And now up in reverse, there you can hear that pump. So it doesn't like me no more, so I'm going to be going ahead and start taking this apart here over the next, shut it off. There we go. I'm going to be dropping the, well, what I'll probably do is separate the transmission from the engine and leave it on blocks and get in there and replace that torque converter and go from there. So that's the story on that. Hopefully I didn't confuse you guys too much, but this particular transmission doesn't look like it's going to be too bad. It's the same thing as the Mountaineers that I've done, the 02s, 03. This is a 2000 Expedition, and it has a 4.6. So I know where the bolts are and all that. So I'll be setting it up here in the next couple of days. And I'll make a video on how to do this and separate it in case yours is doing the same thing. But I am almost 100% sure that's what's happened. That torque converter. Between the torque converter housing and the pump itself, the spline that goes in there, that torque converter is spinning, but it's no longer spinning the rest of that torque converter, which turns that little shaft into the pump into the transmission, and that's why we're here. That's why we're hearing that grind, that weird noise when I had it in reverse. The pump is starving for transmission fluid, but the gears and everything, clutches are fine because you can see it'll first move when you start it up. So that's about all I can tell you right now, and I will be, like I said, starting to work on this tomorrow as we head into a pretty day tomorrow. It's supposed to be sunny, Sunday tomorrow, and I'll go ahead and maybe order a torque converter tomorrow night. But like I said, I'll make a quick video on it. So if you have a Ford Expedition that's doing this, when you put it in gear, it just falls on its face, or if you come up to a light and it feels like it wants to surge and keep going, bad torque converter. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll give you guys an update a little bit later, and I'll also post a video when I get it all put back together to help you guys out. So thanks for watching, everybody, and hey, have a great one. I'll talk to you soon.